Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel. So be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I am being joined by my sister, Vetta.
Hello.
Hey, Vetta. And on this episode, we are going to be talking about why him. Super fun. But before we get started, the most important question of the night is, Vetta, what are you drinking?
So I have two drinks. I have a shot and a drink. So I'm drinking rum and cherry Coke.
Nice.
So
Classic.
So in the movie, at some point, there is a party and there is a themed drink, and it's a deconstructed eggnog. I don't like eggnog.
I hate eggnog.
So
I almost made an eggnog drink, but I was like, I don't even like eggnog, so I'm not drinking this.
Yeah. So, and at that same party, they have a whole funny conversation a little bit later, and he looks down at his eggnog drink in relation to that. So
Like
there's
it's
this
semen.
yes, there is this very delicious Blue Chair Bay key lime cream rum.
I like how you're showing it off to me. Like
Yes,
the
and for
listeners
those
can
of you that
see
can't
it.
see, I'm Vanna Whiting it. And for those of you that are too young to know, she is the Wheel of Fortune letter turner, or now touch screener. Those letters used to have to be turned.
Mhm.
So this is to the start of that as my little drink
It
for.
looks like milk in a cup. It doesn't look like
It's
anything
so
special.
good. I'm not even joking. I have it in a shot glass. I pour it in a shot glass because it will fuck you up, because you'll pour it into a regular glass and drink the whole thing like it's fucking milk.
Right
So
on.
good. So what are
I
you
don't like
drinking?
milk. Oh, you know me. I'm drinking wine, but I wanted to drink red wine tonight, but I decided to start off with a glass of white wine for Barb. At that
Wow.
same party, she has a glass of white wine.
But it's in a red glass, so
It
it
is
could
in a
have
red
been red
glass, but
wine.
I don't have red glasses because I have class. So it's just regular, but I do have red wine, and it is a Shiraz after I drink this one glass of white wine.
Nice.
Before we get started, I have a couple questions for you. When you were the one that introduced me to this movie, you were like, "Oh, we should do why him and everything," because you had talked about it. But I want to talk about. I need you to go back before you saw this movie, because you had watched it before me. This is my first time viewing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask you, okay, first off, I'll ask you some stuff about the movie, but the first thing I want to ask you is, what is your favorite swear word?
Yeah, that's so funny. I have that on there too.
Okay, great. Then we're both thinking the same. What is your favorite swear word?
I mean,
Not the one you use the most, not the one that just casually slips out, but what your favorite go?
my absolute favorite. Oh, I'm gonna get so much blowback for this.
If it's too bad for like YouTube and Spotify, I'll have to bleep it out, which will
You'll probably
suck.
have to bleep it out. I mean, if we were in England, you wouldn't have to, but and women
I
are gonna
think we have
come.
the same swear word.
Women are gonna come for me like nobody's business.
I know we have the same swear word. Go. Just say it.
It would be.
Oh my god, that's my yeah, that's my favorite swear word.
I used to joke that it was going to be your daughter's first
Yes,
word
see
because she
you
was
next
riding in the car.
Yes, see you next Tuesday is our favorite swear word. I bleeped him out just so you know that. But those that is my favorite swear word. It's not the one I use the most, but it's my favorite. It just
I
rolls
don't
off the
use
tongue.
it because the minute you use it, other women get this horrified look on on their faces.
Oh,
Like,
fuck those bitches. Fuck the
stupid.
fuck see you next Tuesdays.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
usually, because that's not the first time I've had that question, and I lie normally.
no, I never lie. I'm straight up like okay. The next one I have for you is did you know before this movie what double dicking was?
No,
Oh, gotcha. Did you look it up after you watched this
I
movie?
did.
See, I knew what double dicking was. As soon as he said, I was like, oh, he's a dirty boy, which is what Laird says. He's like, you're
Okay, I
nasty.
should say I knew what it was, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
Oh, okay. That's a good point too. Now, Yeah, and I'm not going to describe it to you people. You're adults. You can go figure it out yourselves. Just Google
Google
it.
it. It'll come
Yeah,
up.
Google image it. That's way funner and everything. Okay. So Vetta, have you I have two more questions, then we'll get started on this stupid thing. Have you ever felt bukkake before?
No.
Gotcha. Oh, I always feel bukkake. You know how it is. You just have so many thoughts stuck in your head that you just feel so bukkake. It's
No, my thoughts do not spew everywhere.
Oh, gotcha. Because I feel bukkake all the time. Okay, and then my last one is uh hold on, I wrote down. Okay. Now, this movie, in my opinion, is definitely a Christmas movie. I feel like any movie that takes place during Christmas is a Christmas movie. So, where does this movie in your world rank as far as Christmas movies go?
It's definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but where does it rank? Like, would you say it's in your top 10? Would you watch it every year? Would you maybe think about watching it? How does this work?
I would go, it's one of those movies that I have a plethora of movies that I play in the background, like when I'm doing stuff and I want something in the background, but I don't need to watch the movie and be focused on it to know what's going on. So I don't need it to be Christmas to watch this movie. But at Christmas time, I would probably say, yeah, I would watch it. I mean,
right on. I don't know if I'd watch it or not. Like I liked this movie. It was fun, but I don't know if I'd watch it every Christmas or, at all.
Yeah, I think it's one of those movies that if it was on at Christmas, I'd be like, oh, I'll watch it. But
right on.
I wouldn't purposely seek it out.
I feel you. Okay. So let's get into this little thing. And I have some stuff I want to talk about before we get into likes and dislikes. If you have any of those, if you don't, it's fine. I can just talk.
Yeah, mine is more just talking points. Some I like, some I dislike.
That's cool. We can do that too, because I these things I can just talk about. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is, first off, I love that this family is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where I live.
It's where I grew up.
Yeah. And I love that they had the Grand Rapids skyline at the very beginning. They showed the bridges,
Steel case.
Oh my God. Yeah. They showed steel case. They showed like everything in there. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God. It was
legit. Like you didn't go like let's another movie. American Pie. That's based on East Grand Rapids. And they call it East Great Falls, I think, in that. But none of that was filmed in Michigan. At least they made the effort to get stock film.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, that's just stock film. But at the same time, I was like super happy because I was like, oh my God, I know that building. And I've been on that. I've walked across those all
they showed the Amway Hotel.
Yeah, they showed all of it. Okay. When this movie started out, they were having his birthday party at Applebee's. As soon as they showed it, I was like, ew, gross. Yeah. I was like, not interested at all.
And that's not a Grand Rapids thing. Like, I mean, we had Applebee's, but
well, Applebee's is like the McDonald's of sit down restaurants. It's just it's no like it's so I don't know, man. As soon as they said, I was like, oh, they don't love him. They had his party at Applebee's. I would have but maybe he liked
12
it.
People there.
Yeah, and I didn't I said something about the kids
slideshow.
Yeah, his slideshow, but I don't like slideshows. I didn't like his slideshow. I'll tell you that. I was like,
I didn't like his talking points. Like if his dad liked Kiss so much, put some Kiss music to it, let it run for a minute and a half and then cut the bitch off.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this.
But everybody does them. They do them at weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries. Everybody loves those fucking things.
Yeah, I just go, I don't know. Maybe that kid felt like he had to, but I want to talk about that kid because he was, I don't know. Also, and I wrote down, I go, the printing business isn't that dead. I mean, they acted like paper was going out the door, and I'm all like, and by the way, I don't believe his paperless house bullshit. Like, that's ridiculous. There's no fucking possible way. No way. Like, I call bullshit on that one. I really do. Like, I was just like, no, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
I know, but you're skipping way far ahead.
Well, I just talked about the paperless house now because they were always they keep, because he went into the business and they're like, oh, we lost Lowe's or whatever the hell it was, and Big Lots. Big Lots. Oh my God, who hasn't been to a Big Lot in Michigan? But I was just like, printing isn't that like dead. You guys are acting like
if that were the case, we wouldn't need fucking mailman.
Yeah, exactly.
They would just be delivering packages, and I wouldn't be throwing 30 pieces of paper in recycling every day.
Exactly. So I don't know how you felt about it. But the black guy at the beginning, when he was talking about his daughter being railed by Laird, I was like, dude, read the room. Duh. Nobody wants to sit there and talk about how their daughter is being smashed hardcore by some dude.
Well, by their friend.
Yeah.
A good enough friend that he literally has keys to the house, because at the end he's
which I did not like that. We need to talk about that when we get there. I did not like that at all. I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, rude. So we're talking about it now, but we will talk about it again.
We'll come back to it.
We will come back to it because I have thoughts about that Christmas party. The fact that it sucked balls. Anyways, what are some other things you wanted to talk about that at the beginning of the movie?
I love when they're driving in the car and they get, because this is such, I don't know, I think of it as like a Midwestern thing, that when you travel and get an upgrade and you're so super geeked out about it.
Oh my God, ain't that the truth? Like when they were talking about the hotel and they're like, we got the suite at the regular price. I'm like, that's a good deal. And I was like,
with the complimentary, what was it called?
Continental,
breakfast, the continental breakfast,
and the mint on the pillow.
Yeah. And the kid's like, yes. And she's like, well, I thought you would stay with Laird. And they're like, we don't want to be at a bachelor pad. I'm like, I'll stay at his bachelor pad.
Well, I mean, like, that one, but if it was what they thought it was gonna be, now, but no, as soon as they said that, I was like, no, that's good. You're right. We do get excited over upgrades. Was there anything?
Let's be honest though. How many times do you go to a restaurant and you have a reservation, or you get there and they're like, oh, it's a 30-minute wait, and they get you in 25, and you are like, yes,
yeah, for sure.
We appreciate the little things in life.
For sure.
Which this movie definitely emphasized.
Yeah. Okay. Can we just take some time to talk about some of these characters, if you don't mind?
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before they get to California and stuff? Anything about that first 10 minutes or whatever?
We can talk about the characters before we
because I have
and start the weekend.
Yeah, I have thoughts. Okay, so can we just talk about the prominent character in this movie, Laird? Because I don't know if I like Laird or if I dislike Laird, because he made me laugh, but at the same time, I'm all like, I wrote down, all right, first off, who names their kid Laird? Ugh, what a gross name. And it gets me because she took him to this tech company, made him do stuff, and he did that coding at 13 or whatever. But I'm all like, I feel like you would name your kid Laird if you didn't have any hope for his future. You're just like.
But did you hear the story of his mom and dad? He was conceived in the car in a parking lot of a bar. So I'm these weren't the world's best decision makers.
Oh yeah, they were horrible people. I can tell you that right now.
I just kind of go, they put way too much psychology behind Laird, making him immature because he didn't have parents, and his mom did all this and that. And
for sure. I know. I agree. I wrote down exactly what type of does he have, because he was just, I don't know if it was ADHD. He was definitely on the spectrum, because he just said whatever.
He has no filter to lie.
Yeah,
he couldn't lie if his life depended on it.
Exactly. I have no filter, but I also have a filter. Sometimes I say something and I'm all like, what? I should have said that. But this guy just says
you can read the room.
Yeah, but this guy just says it and he's all like, yeah, I said it. It's fine. And I can lie. I tell you, I'm not very good at it, but I can lie. And then I also wrote down, who kisses anyone on their lips that they just met? Gross. You don't know, Barb. Why are you kissing her? You little sicko. Don't do that. That's inappropriate. Plus it's just not good. It's just not good.
No, it's not good at all. I agree.
But at the same time, Laird made me laugh the most. I was all like, You know, like when he turns on, he's got that stupid tattoo that says Happy Holidays, and then he's all like,
And he's
she's
like, they
like,
put fucking happy holidays on it.
and
I
then he's
gave
like,
him the card. What the fuck? Fuck you,
yeah,
Barb.
yeah, fuck you, Barb. Then I laughed so hard when he's like, fuck you, Barb. I was like, what did Barb do? Yeah, so
Okay, so you
the
want a
whole,
fun fact?
yeah, tell me.
So I'm going to give you a fun fact about this movie. They were actually given some improv license. When they originally filmed all this for this movie, it was like 200 plus hours of film that the editors had to film because there was so much improv.
Okay, well, I have to say some stuff about that because can we just skip to before we talk about the rest?
We'll skip to the one that's the biggest, longest improv, and then we'll get back to it when we're talking about the movie. When Barb vapes and that whole bedroom scene was 100% improv.
I wrote down, because I had dislikes and likes, but I wrote down in here that the jokes go on way too long, like way too long. It was very annoying. Like the bidet scene went on way too long. I was like,
so gross. I can't handle that.
And then I wrote down the bedroom scene. And then I wrote down the seat at the table scene where he's like, you get that seat at the table. It's at the table. Whose seat is it? It's your seat. I'm the seat. It's the dragon seat or whatever they were talking about.
Dragons and the titties.
Yeah, and then that one, I wrote down that one, dragons and titties. I was like, I was like, you guys are driving me mental with these stupid jokes. Like, it was funny for the first like couple of lines, but after that, I was just like, this is gotten. Yeah, I was just like, it's not funny anymore. It's, you know, it's just a dead horse and you're just beating it. Yeah. I'm all like, this is no good. It's no good. So I feel like that was a bad decision on their part, in my opinion.
What did you think of Gustav?
I didn't like Gustav. I'm going to be honest with you. Like,
I love Gustav.
He's not that awesome. Like he was all like, he's awesome, but he's just like, I am Gustav. I'm gonna got you.
I just my love weird him fucking because sideburns. He's Laird's enabler.
I mean, I guess
like he's trying to help him not be an idiot, but he encourages him by trying to help him to be an idiot.
See, I didn't like Gustav. I was like, Gustav's annoying. I didn't like Gustav.
All right, what'd you think of Stephanie?
Stephanie was my favorite character. I love Stephanie. She had a good head on her shoulders. She knew what she wanted in life. She knew where she was going. I mean, I have thoughts about some other stuff that about this stuff I want to talk about. But Stephanie, as far as Stephanie goes, I really like Stephanie. She was my favorite character. Too. I already said that, but she was really great. Like, I don't know. Like, she's just like, I don't know, like a Midwest girl, you know?
Yeah.
The kind of girl that you want your sons to marry or daughters. I don't know. But I really liked her.
Their boats.
What was that?
Whatever floats their boats.
Yeah, I really liked her. I really liked her a lot.
And what about Scotty?
Oh, Scotty was annoying too. I did not like the family. Scotty. Like I didn't like anybody in that family. They were, and I wrote it down. I wrote it down. I need to find it because I wrote it down I said that this does not represent the Midwest family 100% because like they got the little nuances down for like when this took place. Like the dad had the phone on his belt buckle and the little thing. His belt. Yeah, the little clip. And I was like, oh my God, that is so but 2016.
Don't you feel Ned was more of a Midwest mom than a Midwest dad?
I mean, I can see that. It was just very like, I feel like these are people that like sat around watching movies and thought they knew what Midwest people were like, but they don't.
They totally took it over the top.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like I'm trying to remember exactly what it was because I didn't write any of the examples down, but I was just like, you know, like I was like, I don't know, man, because I was like
we'll get to it on the tour, but I have something similar to this about the bowling.
Well, I wrote down for instance, when he was like, did you see Remnant? And he's like, no, I wanted to, but my family, my parents said I couldn't because it's rated R. And I'm all like, and they're like, yeah, he's only 15. I was like, oh, 15's too young. I was like, Is that what they think all Midwestern people like? I have 2 children and we have parents, and our parents, I was watching Freddy Krueger when I was a toddler. So I mean, I won't let my kids watch that because I know they'll be scared. But
I always say to that because it's very strange. I think it has to deal with how old our parents were.
That's a good point.
So our parents were younger parents. And even with my kids, I tend to be a younger parent than most of their friends' parents, or right around the same age. And I think we just view horror different. I don't see it as a bad thing. And we talk to our kids about it differently. So
right, yeah.
I feel like they took some things to the extreme. Like you said, they read one article written by some Midwest parenting expert who has no kids and took that to heart.
That's exactly what it is. And like the thing is, I was like, you guys had a good concept here. It's just this movie isn't bad. I know I'm like kind of shitting on it, but it's not bad. I did enjoy this movie. I just want to say that.
Yeah, it's a funny movie. I love it. So, all right.
Wait, hold on.
Do you have any other characters you want to talk about?
Can we talk about Barb?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know we missed Barb. You what?
Well, we only talked about her annoying sex scene, but I found Barb to be so fucking annoying. Oh my God. I was like, Barb, I
totally felt like they switched the mom and dad roles. I felt like Barb was like the dad and Ned was like the mom. Overprotective, overbearing, and Barb's like, I'll take it.
But it was like his little girl. It was like his princess. Yeah. I was like, my little girl. I was like, if she's getting double dicked by some asshole with a stupid happy holiday.
But again, you're the father.
I am the father. I am the father. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just really didn't like Barb. And then I want to talk about one more character.
Yes.
Besides Stephanie, I love this character the most, and that is Justine. Justine was so, I love that Kaylee Cuoco. I'll tell you what, that Kaylee Cuoco, do you watch anything else do you watch that Flight Attendant?
I do.
I love that show. I love that show. And she's also the voice of Harley Quinn on HBO Max. She's on a lot of HBO Max shows, but she's so stinking good, that Kaylee Cuoco. And I loved every time she's like, all right, now you don't have to be a fucking dick.
You know what? I wish I could change, because I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android. I wish I could change the little Google voice on.
Oh, you can do that, can't you?
You can change the nationality of it.
Oh.
But I don't think you can change like the actual to a famous. I would love to be able to change it to,
because I thought I wasn't there. What was it where you could change it to where the voice sounded like somebody? You just had to record it. Like you had to play the voice for a little bit. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I was just like, but now that you said, I was like, oh, I would totally do Kaylee Cuoco now, because I love Justine. I was like, Justine's a fucking boss and everything. She's like,
I would get a Justine. I don't have Google House or Alexa. I would get Justine.
Yeah, I don't have any of those either. I have Siri, and Siri sucks. Get on it, Apple. But I do, because Justine was like fixing everything. You want me to set you an alarm? No, Justine, back the fuck off and everything. You have to be a fucking
I
asshole.
checked your Facebook.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. No, I love Justine. All right, that's all I have for the characters, unless I have one other thing, but it'll be later.
What do you think of the intern? I can never remember his name.
Me neither. But when he was cleaning that llama, and he was like, they're paying your student loans. This spoke to me. I say this shit like that all the time at work. Like I'm all like,
parent of 2 college students.
Oh my God. When he was doing it, I literally do that at work. I'll be doing something like it's repetition. I'll just be like, this pays your bills. This pays your bills. This pays your bills.
Can I say the only criticism again I have, and don't ask me how, when, where, or why I know this fact, but I do know this.
And now I'm going to ask you.
When Gustav introduces him, he says he graduated magna cum laude from MIT. MIT does not do that. They don't do that. I don't know.
When did you hear that? Where were you when you heard that?
I have a child that is obsessed with MIT. She already has a future freshman MIT class of whatever shirt. She's nowhere near the point of college yet, but she has that. And I don't remember where I heard it. I'm going to assume it's her, but they don't do like magna cum laude or honoring students in that way. Because I think it's one of those that you go to MIT. That's enough to have on your resume. You don't need to say everyone who goes there is a 4.0 student.
Right. Yeah. It's hard enough to get into MIT.
Right.
Okay. They're not doing summa cum laude. Okay.
Right. They're not going to go, you're the best of the best of the best.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Can we talk a little bit about that Christmas party? Because you kind of mentioned it with your drink at the beginning, but I want to talk about it a little bit.
You want to skip all around. You don't want to go in order at all.
We can go in order. You go ahead. Tell Daddy what you want to talk about.
I was going to say, can we talk about the tour?
Oh, where they're going through the house. Yeah, let's talk about the tour. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
you start off.
What did you think of the artwork?
It was shit.
Do you want to know another fun fact? And I know this because I Googled it when I first saw the movie, because I was like, who the fuck is this artist or
with
these
the moose?
Artists? All of the artwork in the house.
Okay, go ahead.
Or the majority. There's a few pieces that aren't.
Because I wrote it. I think I wrote it
actual
down.
Paintings, not like the sculptures or the moose.
Okay,
the paintings, like
okay,
the
give me 2
triple
seconds.
Team and the fat squirrel.
Yes, hold on. You give me 2 seconds because I did write it. Hold on, I'm trying to read my notes. Okay, is Phil Manfredi? Is that his name?
That's the moose guy.
Is that a real person? A real artist?
I think so.
Because I wrote it down and then I tried to look it up, but I was like, I can't find any like installation art that he did or anything. Because that is that what that is? Installation art, when it's like a physical thing, not a painting. I don't know.
So. I don't know.
I'm not well versed.
I only know this because I watched one of those stupid show interviews and he said this in it. All of the paintings, not the sculptures, not the moose and the pea, but like the fat squirrel and all the sex related artwork, those are James Franco originals.
Of course they are.
They're such fucking
They are trash. That's so funny that you say that. That's so funny. He's problematic now. But that's so funny that you say that.
Issues on his own without adding fucking art.
That's so funny because that so sounds like him. Just, I mean, I don't know him, but that sounds like what he would do.
He was doing some kind of interview and somebody asked him about his art and he said that. And I was like, gross.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I was like, you're not an artist.
Well, I thought the moose in the urine was gross. As soon as he said he's in his own urine, I was like, and he's like, it's supposed to represent how we're all trapped or something like that in our own minds.
I'm more
I was
concerned with how did they collect the urine? Yeah.
Oh, I don't care. Whatever it was gross. When they say urine, I was like, ew. I was like, you're gross. You think that Scotty is gross? You're nasty. You're nasty. Okay.
All right. So what did you think about all of Laird's surprises?
Oh, well, first off, and we'll obviously get to it later, but his tattoo was, as soon as I saw it, I laughed out loud and I was like, that's fucking nuts. But at the same time, I love it. I was like, Daddy loves it. Yeah. Because he just turned around. He's like, I got a surprise for you. I was like,
and then he jumped around with this.
Well, I thought he was going to ask her to marry him right then and there. Like, I was like, oh, he's going to ask her to marry him. And then he was like, boom, got a tattoo. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's a tattoo. And then I was like, that's so funny.
Scotty's like, that's our Christmas card.
Yeah. And you know what gets me is if I had money like that, I would get a tattoo like that. I just like, fuck it, whatever, and everything.
Right. And that's what he's like. Because what's the worst thing can happen? Yeah. He has it removed.
Yeah. Because he's like, yeah, sometimes it's just gonna be like, fuck it. Just fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Here's a 15-year-old
15-year-old boy.
Yeah.
What did you think of the bowling alley and the chop crotch?
Okay, first off, and that's another thing. Like when they did the chop crotch, I'm all like, oh, that's so what people think that Midwestern dads do at the bowling alley. Like, I've never done that before in a serious manner. I might have done it mockingly, but I've never done that in a serious manner. So, but first off, I thought the bowling alley was awesome because bowling is fun. Bowling is a fun thing.
Bowling is fun, and bowling is a huge Midwest thing. Like
it is.
Bowling
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Moms and dads and kids. You were in a bowling league.
Yeah, I used to be. Yeah, me too. I was on a bowling league. I loved it.
Yeah, mom and I did one as like a daughter-mother bonding.
Look at you, you
let me
fucking
tell
nerd, you fucking loser.
it was me with a bunch of 40-year-old women teaching me or talking about shit that I should not have been hearing.
Right on. Did they talk about double dicking?
No, one lady stood over the fan that you're supposed to dry your hand on and was like, "Oh, can I just sit here for the night?"
Ew. Ew. She's dirty. Don't talk to her ever again. Ew.
Oh, I
She's
remember from the bowling
gross.
league. That just
Did it smell like fish?
no, I wasn't going by her.
That
I was
grosses
like
me.
15. I was
That
like
grosses
Scotty's age.
Oh, that's gross. That woman, wherever you are, lady, you're gross. I I liked the bowling alley. I liked it. I liked it.
I thought it was a little creepy that he stalked Facebook to get the pictures and that he put it in to impress.
Oh, you know we all do it. Come on.
I don't have
You don't have Facebook because you're a crazy person.
No, I don't have Facebook because of all the fucking crazy people.
Listen,
our family.
That's what I do. Who doesn't use Facebook to look at their old high school crush to see how fat they got? Exactly.
Or at least cross their fingers and hope.
Oh no, I've looked at my girls that I had a crush on in high school, and I was like, oh, you got super fat. Good whore.
That's so mean.
That's for not giving me a chance. I turned out to be a catch.
Fucking peach.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, no, all the art in the house was bullshit. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to say nuclear gastronomy is bullshit.
That is
what a big waste of time and space. They were eating flowers at that dinner.
That was my thing. He said surf and turf. What about that was surf and turf? It was literally dirt and plankton foam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
did not like him when I seen the cooking show he was on. I did not.
Oh, it was a real dude because I was all like this. Yeah, as soon as because I've seen cooking shows where they do that shit and they're like
he put foam on fucking everything.
Yeah, it was. Oh, did he? That was his thing on the show. Yeah. I did. Yeah, I've seen that before. That nuclear gastronomy. They're like, we're bringing science to cooking. I'm like, bitch. The only science I want is the degrees of which you're cooking my food, and it needs to be above whatever you cook a flour at. Okay.
Right. We're gonna stop. I had this argument with my child the other day. Cooking is a science. You don't need to put a fancy name on it. Yeah. Because when you bake and you cook, there are chemical reactions. There are things this is my soapbox. I'm not going to get on it today. Plus I've had too many drinks and I just don't have the energy to do it.
I feel you.
But cooking is a science without having to add all these fancy names to it and do all this serving people dirt. Okay. Did they say they were vegans? Did they say they were fruitarians? No. If you're going to offer someone surf and turf, they're looking for fucking shrimp and some kind of meat and seafood. They are not looking for dirt and a tree.
Yeah. And when you say, what did he have? Wasabi meat or whatever, or later on, and it's a
no, it was
squirt.
Bear.
No, at the party.
Oh, the Kobe beef.
Kobe beef. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I'll have some.
Would you like a Kobe beef slider? And then he's like, yeah, open up and it's in a syringe.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he's like, did you want to squirt too, ma'am? And I was like, you should have led with that, my dude. Okay.
And I go, that is a very shitty way to serve something. Cause that had to have like hurt hitting the back of the throat.
Right. Yeah. That's what she said. Anyways. So, yeah, no, it's that way of cooking is bullshit. And I'm not interested. Look, nobody wants to eat edible paper. No one wants to eat edible. I'd eat a bear though.
Rice paper I'll eat because it's on a spring roll and those are delicious.
Oh yeah, that's different. Stop it. You stop that. That's not edible paper. I'm putting up quotations for people that can't see me. Yeah, no, I agree. Like it's just bullshit. I would eat a bear though. I would totally eat a bear.
I would not eat the sea urchin inside of the shell. I would eat the sea urchin.
Did they eat sea urchin?
Yeah, it was in that prickly little bowl.
Oh, yeah. That's
the
gross.
outside.
I wouldn't have eaten that either.
Because you got to pick it up because he put it like they were serving everything family style. So I would not have eaten that because I wouldn't want to get all pokey.
Yeah, no, that whole meal was bullshit. That whole style of cooking is bullshit.
That pop-up restaurant sucked dick. That would get 1 star. 1 star. Wow. 1 star on Yelp.
Yeah,
because you can't
it's
give
like
no
Laird
stars.
dick for sure. All right. Can we now talk about the Christmas party?
I want to talk about the bidet scene. That was
Oh,
disgusting.
we can.
So fucking gross.
And stupid. It went on way too long.
I get bidets. I really do.
I
but
love
that was
bidets.
so gross. And poor Gustav goes in there. No, get in the fucking shower.
Yeah.
Do not invite another grown-ass man into the bathroom while you're fucking shitting on the toilet.
Plus, there's biodegradable toilet paper that you can buy that's like made of, I don't know, fucking seeds and shit. Like,
and if you don't want to put it in the fucking toilet, then put it in a little dog poop bag and take it out to the garbage.
Exactly.
That's gross. I can't even.
Yeah, that scene went on way too long. They were like, "Oh, it's a mist of cologne of talcum powder, special made talcum powder," and I was like, no joke. After the talcum powder, I was like, "All right, I'm ready to fast forward because this is taking on way too long."
No, I was done when Barb was like, "Did Daddy make a poo poo?"
Oh,
I was like, "What is shut up, move away from the door, go get toilet paper, crack the door, throw it in and run away like any other good wife."
Papa make a poo poo. Yeah, Barb was annoying. Fuck Barb. Fuck you, Barb.
She started saying that, I was done.
Like, yeah, well, when she said that later on, when she was all trying to get laid, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have fucked you because of that earlier scene when you were at the, did Daddy make a doo-doo? I'd be like, yeah, no wonder he didn't want to fuck you. You're retarded. You're stupid. Okay,
now we can go to the Christmas party.
Okay, we can go to the So as soon as I wrote this down, I was like, hey, there's Steve.
Oh, I forgot to ask you the one thing about dinner.
Okay, go ahead. Ask me the thing about dinner, and then we'll get back to the Christmas party.
She opened up like a flower, Barb. It was beautiful. You should have seen it.
As she was eating a flower. I don't know if you noticed that. She popped a flower.
And she's like, no, I don't think I should have. I was like,
it's like,
I seriously think if I was Stephanie, I would have just slid under the table and just been done.
Oh, he would have liked that though. He would have liked
or got up and walked away.
Yeah.
I would have, that would have just been the deal breaker for me. I'd been like, no fucking way.
Yeah. That was fun for us, not for her. This made up character.
Right.
As soon as Steve Aoki showed up at the thing, I was like, oh, hey, I bet Vetta's pumped about this. Steve Aoki.
I like,
because you're one of those LDMs or whatever it's called.
Okay, well, I'm not a Latter-day Saint.
Whatever. What is it called?
I love EDM music. I love Steve Aoki's music. I'm not a fan of him live.
Gotcha.
My brother-in-law did just see him recently, and the cake he had, that's like his actual thing. He throws the cake in people's face. My brother-in-law got caked. So
gotcha. Well, he's
exciting.
A waste of space also.
Yeah, Steve Aoki's my least favorite. He just
they're all big waste of space.
No.
Wearing their stupid little helmets.
There were so many, like, why was Elon Musk at this? I love
dude, I wrote that down. I said, okay, I wrote down all I wrote down was Elon Musk. This scene was better than his whole SNL bit when he was on SNL. I was like, he did better in this one scene as himself than he did on SNL.
The thing is like, how did they throw this party? How did Laird throw this party together? No one else had a Christmas party in LA to go to or anything else to do on a Saturday night that he can throw out an invitation and people show up and he could throw this shit together.
Yeah, no, I feel
like if I were to throw a party that way, y'all be getting $5 pizzas from Little Caesars if I threw a party together in 24 hours.
Yeah, no, I was definitely like, I was like, after I was like, oh, this was better. I was like, why is Elon Musk at this dude's party? Like, they don't even seem like well, maybe they are because he smokes a lot of weed and stuff, but I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he was just like, this is a good place to go. I don't know. I was very confused on the people at this party.
Yeah, I
get all the programming people. I don't get the actual like cameos of.
Well, I did. Okay. So when I watched this, I was like, oh, this is so like California, these pretentious assholes. With the way they talk, like that guy that was all on his phone, he's all like, yeah, I did the coding of the LDOB and the whatever thing. And I had
to do the J2EE and I had to redo it on the server all by myself.
Yeah.
Did I do it? Yes.
I was like, oh, I bet you
What's that guy's name? Adam something.
I don't know. I do like him though, the actor.
Yeah, he is fun.
I bet you when I watched this, I was like, see, they can't get the Midwestern people right, but I'm pretty sure they got these California assholes right because
So that Adam guy and then the guy from the Twins and I think Kevin Dingle, I think they're all in something else together.
Well, I know the 2 dudes are in those Pitch Perfect movies. I don't know if the Adam Dingle guy is in anything. I don't know. I don't keep track of all that stuff.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. Okay, the 2 Printer siblings, the Print siblings,
they're not the worst twins I've ever seen in a movie, but they're definitely the second worst twins.
Did you get the sense that they were fucking? Because when they were like grinding up on each other and gyrating.
So in this incident, I got they were so drunk, she backed up and didn't realize it was her brother, and he didn't realize. That's what I'm going to go with. I have seen another movie that the twins are actually making out, and their friends are like, they're the worst twins ever because they're so drunk they don't realize they're making out till they're twin.
These 2 same actors?
Huh? No, it was.
I was gonna say that's insane because then I totally think they're fucking from from this movie because it's just the same people. Just that's so funny.
Yeah, I always rank twins by if they're when I see fraternal twins that are guys and girls, I'm always like, is there sexual tension? Because if so, you did a terrible job as twins.
Yeah, they
were not good twins.
Yeah, they could have got people that looked the same a little bit, or tried to get somebody that looked like they look like twins. I'm like,
right.
Okay. So okay, can we what do you want to talk about next? Because I'm going to be skipping forward.
So I'm just going to make this statement because we talked about food. The only real food in this entire show is when Ned's eating the Pop-Tart when he's spying on Laird and Barb.
I did write that down. I was like, oh my God, I love Pop-Tarts.
I love Pop-Tarts. And it was a strawberry with the white frosting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, those aren't my favorite now anymore. I really love the s'more ones. And then the ones that have the blue frosting, they're like raspberry or
they're like the blue raspberry. Yeah.
Yeah.
The strawberry ones are my go-to. That was the only part that I was like, that's the only real food this whole movie has.
I bet
Even
you
when they're in the pantry. The pantry has no real food in it.
I didn't read all the labels, but I bet you he was scouring that pantry to find something edible. He's all like, what is this? Nutmeg? I can't eat this. I throw that out like it's not a real thing, but
like this is yard to table. I'm like, don't eat the llama.
Right. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk that I have on my notes, and you tell me if there's something before this you want to talk about, was the hacking scene.
Oh my God, yes.
Now this is after the tree scene. I don't know if you have any thoughts about the tree.
That was stupid, unnecessary. Yeah. Who gets their tree on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe California.
And if you were getting your tree on Christmas Eve, the lot's only giving you 30% off. Bullshit. They're just wanting to get rid of that shit. They'll give it to you practically for free.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's yeah. Okay. So I liked Hinkleman or whatever his name was.
Dingle.
Dingle. Thank you. Oh, you're so lame with the names, like how you remember everything. Okay, so I liked that, but my favorite part is when he's underneath the desk and his daughter's
getting ate out by Laird.
Yeah, and he's all like, and I love his post-its. He's like, did he say horny? He's saying horny, and then he's like, I want to see, and he's like, no, and he's like, and then he writes yes, and he's like, no, and I was like, that's good. That part.
Okay, but can I tell you the fatal flaw in this hacking plan?
Tell me. No, don't tell me. Yeah, tell me.
Why does Ned think that his Michigan IT guy is going to be able to best a kid that's been writing code since he was 13?
I mean, I don't have an answer to your question.
I mean, no offense to Kevin Dingle, but if Kevin Dingle was that good at hacking and everything, wouldn't he be working somewhere bigger than Fleming Paper?
Right. Hey, listen, I don't know what to say to that. I felt bad for Dingle because his whole house got screwed. His
wife had to have loved when they got caught and it took the screenshot of him and put his. I just love the whole thing. He's like, he's fucking me. He's fucking.
That's another thing that went on way too long. I was like,
I did love the Kevin, because they were
Oh yeah,
watching
yeah,
Home
yeah. That was
Alone.
good. That was good. I just thought that was another scene that went on way too long. Like I was just like,
Yes.
I've had enough of this. I'm ready to be done with this. I'm ready to be done with it. Okay. Um, I did. Oh, and I wrote down everything about something else about Laird. He overdid everything. Like he's compensating for something. Like
Because
he
he
did.
never had a real family or
I mean,
parental
like he had the
units.
choir. Was that necessary?
And again, it's
The gay
Christmas Eve.
choir.
How much
Yeah.
was he paying these people that they didn't
Oh,
have families to be with?
I mean, I guess so, but like, I mean, you could pay me enough to be away from my family on Christmas Eve. I'll tell you that. I'll sit
Well,
and
and I
sing
mean,
songs for you.
and here's my thing about that whole scene is how can Ned be such an asshole about how Laird is, but he's hacking into Laird's bank account shit. But this whole time he's been an uber dick.
Right.
And never even gave him a chance as a person. And I just absolutely love when Laird's like, I'm down to my last 97 million. And Gustav's like, he goes, I'm sorry, I'm down to my last 197 million.
Right on. Right.
Because Ned thinks he's got him because his company's negative 4 million.
Right. Yeah. No.
He's like, I've saved my daughter from this horrible man.
Yeah, and then when Ned asks him, how much money do you have? I was like, Ned, rude. We don't talk about money. That's bad taste. Okay. And you just sometimes you can't teach taste. Okay. So rude. You don't ask people anything. Money is not something you talk about in polite society.
That's like asking a fat girl if she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Or what her due date is.
I mean, yeah, that's a little different, but okay. That's you went to an interesting comparison.
It's rude.
Okay, I don't have anything about him attacking Laird and him biting his dick. I don't have anything about that. It's the only thing I have left is the stuff that takes place in Michigan after they leave California. Was there anything that you want to talk about in there? I thought it was very weird that he just bit his penis. Like, calm it down, Ned.
Yeah. Or my favorite is when Scotty's being teabagged by the moose. I did find that awesome.
Oh, see, I thought that was so corny. Like, I was like, ugh. I was like, way to go for low hanging.
It made no sense because if you watch when it breaks, he's laying up against the tank. So, and everything rushes over him. So they it wasn't, if you watch it, it wouldn't have happened, but it was still, I thought it was funny. Yeah. But that's because I play video games, and when I kill somebody that's been a dick, I teabag them. So
Gotcha. Right on. So I loved at the end that Kiss showed up.
No. Before Kiss shows up, can we talk about the fucking employees being in their goddamn house?
Yeah. Because where did I write that down out? Because that creeped me out. I was like, oh, I don't like this at all. Do
you work with somebody that you would be like, oh, we're a friend? Here's a key to my house.
No, there is not any. Even if I gave you a key, you don't get to show up and throw a surprise party for me. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't even know if I like any of you family members enough to give you a key.
I wouldn't do it either. I'd feel weird about it too. Yeah, no, it was definitely unnecessary. Even I don't care.
I'll just ask you to collect my mail, and I'll come pick it up at the end of my trip.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like because he was all like,
it wasn't just one guy. It was a whole fucking company.
Oh yeah, it was. What was his secretary lady's name? And
Patty.
Patty. I don't remember. You know the names.
Patty.
How do you not know this, fucker?
I've had a lot to drink, and I didn't write it all down.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Yeah, you have, naughty. But all right. So I love how Kiss showed up. Because they were just like singing, and then they went inside, and they're like, I love them telling the story about their first date, and they're like, "Did you get laid?" And they're like, "I gave him a hand job."
I gave him a blowjob, a
hand job. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice on your first date. You're a naughty girl.
Naughty slutty girl.
Yeah, you're a little slut whore."
Right.
I didn't even get a handy on my first date with my wife, so I mean,
She's classy that way.
Well, we have talked about it. Story for all you weirdos out there. We have talked about it. We did want to sleep with each other, but we knew if we did, we'd never see each other again. So we decided not to. Because we did sleep in the same bed. We both passed out in the same bed, but we did not have sex together. But
So
we both
there is
wanted
a
to.
comedian that I really love that she calls it the God Stopper test.
Mm-hmm.
And she's all like, when I was younger, I used to tell guys, I don't want to sleep. I want to take things slow. I don't want to sleep with you yet. And if they said, that's okay, I understand. She's like, that made them so hotter. She's like, so then I developed the gobstopper test. And if they said, no, we can wait. I was all like, Charlie, you win. The chocolate factory is yours. Please come in. And
That's so funny. By chocolate factory, did she mean her butthole?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her that.
What's
I'm
her
just
name?
telling you what the bid is.
Gotcha. I'll have to. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll text it to you later.
Yeah. Well, I would. Yeah. Anytime you mention chocolate, I immediately go to butthole. Anyways, so
this is my question. When he proposed, would you have said yes?
I mean, no, because I didn't like Laird anyways. But I mean, if she liked Laird, then I mean, she had no reason to say no. I mean, she's like,
I was gonna say.
Like,
if I was Stephanie, I would have said yes. Because, she was already planning on leaving school for him. She's got his name tattooed on her body. Oh, how much did you love that the dad kept trying to convince him it was a 2, not a tat?
Oh, no, I didn't like it at all.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Who does not know that the short for a tattoo is just a tat? But
yeah, that's again, I just go back to like, do they think we're us Midwesterners don't know lingo? Like, we have the
apparently
internet.
Dad jokes are dumb in the Midwest. I don't know.
Guess so. I don't know. I'm a dad. I have pretty good dad jokes, but
I was gonna say, I think my husband and you both have good dad jokes. So
yeah, I
go for me personally. If he asked me, he's got 197 million reasons that I would say yes.
Oh, ain't that
I'm
the
totally
truth,
a gold
sister?
digger.
Oh, for sure. Me too.
Because you want to know what? Anyone who said money doesn't make you happy has never had any money.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Anytime anybody's like, money doesn't make you happy, I'm all like, you want to bet? I'm like,
because every time I got a little disposable income, I'm very happy.
Ain't that the truth, sister? Okay.
What'd you think of the toilet company?
Oh, I wrote down the end credit scene. I thought it was bullshit. I was all like this. I have 3 more things, but I wrote down end credits.
Go ahead. Then let's do your 3 more things.
Okay. The toilet company was just complete bullshit. Like, I was like, it's the Tesla of toilets. I was like, had these people, like, they're all like, oh, we're going to make our own toilet. Like, there is a toilet. It's called, what is it called? It's called the Toto. And it's basically what they had on this movie. It like has the bidet. It'll clean off it'll wash your butthole and then have a fan on it and everything. But the company's called Toto. And then they're all like, we're gonna create the Toto, but American. I'm all like, I'm like, okay, good for you. You went from printing stuff to making toilets. I was like, that's so like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, whatever. I mean, like, is the market really that big?
That was the case. They're already a toilet company, go to toilet paper, or they're already a paper company, make toilet paper.
Yeah. Cause I just go, would you be able to, because those Totos are really expensive. They're like $800 or some crap. At least I think that's how much they are. I'm like, who's got that kind of money to spend on a fancy toilet? Like, just give me the cheap one, the porcelain one. Where I'm
going to be 100% honest. I don't even know how much a toilet costs. I can change a toilet seat, but I don't know how much a toilet costs. And I don't want water squirting up my butt. It is an exit only. It is not an entrance.
Oh gosh, I'm not gonna lie. I do like bidets. When I said a Toto toilet was 800, I'm a liar. It looks like it's like $5,000. Oh, Jesus.
Fuck off.
Jesus. Yeah, it depends on what kind you get. This one's $8,000. Oh my God.
That better be fucking gold plated and come with a fucking butler.
Who's
better be wiping my ass. Oh my God.
Oh, there's one for $11,000, $19,000. Oh, this thing better be
cocktail for me.
Yeah, this thing better fuck me for 19
well, the cheap one fucked Barb, so
yeah, but men are a little different.
Just needs help.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so much money. for
you could buy a car for that.
Yeah, and like a regular toilet is like 300, like 363. So
Yeah, I say skip the bidet and just go to Home Depot and get you an energy efficient
well,
toilet.
you can. I used to have a bidet on mine, but it was like an attachable one. You just hook it up to the water
that you got
system.
from Amazon.
Yeah, it was like $50. It was like nothing. So yeah, it was their toilet company. Fuck you. Okay, and nobody wants that. The next thing I wrote down was her foundation sounded like bullshit. I'm not like, it sounded like one of those like those SJWs is all like, my foundation is like how climate change affects it's sexist because it affects women differently. What are you talking? What's going on here? It affects women in their menstrual cycle and the moon lunar landing. And I'm like, what? Like, that's how I felt like she was talking.
Thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's what I felt like when she was talking about her her foundation. I was like, oh, this is one of those dumb motherfucking things.
Okay, yeah, because for what? Every toilet they sold, they donated one to a third world country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, listen,
I've been there for a reason because do they even have the in a third world country? Can you even give them
well, first off,
running toilet?
Wise,
I don't know.
Yeah, I just want to say
third world countries for missionary work. You would know.
Yeah, I went to Africa. I literally saw a girl like just squat and piss in the street. Okay. So I don't think they're worried about plumbing in certain places. So I just want to be all like, what's going on here? What is this all about?
I feel like that was a weird add-on.
Yeah. And okay. So the last thing I wanted to say is, okay, so I looked up on IMDb of, who was in this movie because I don't memorize names. So I had to write them all down. It said that Jonah Hill was in this movie. Where was he at?
Jonah Hill was originally cast as Laird and Ben Stiller was supposed to be Ned.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't think Jonah Hill was in this movie at all.
Well, he's still on IMDb, or at least he was the last time I checked.
Oh,
but whatever.
I know I read because that was mentioned, like I said, in whatever the interview I read about James Franco, where he said the artwork was his. They asked that question too.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I'm glad it wasn't Jonah Hill because I wouldn't have.
If it was Ben Stiller and Jonah Hill, it would have been a completely different movie. And I don't know if I would have liked it.
Right on. Yeah, no. I was like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, who is he? Maybe he was one of those people that was like in heavy makeup,
Could be. I don't know. I don't think he was in it though.
Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No. I'm kind of like you. It's a fun movie. You should definitely watch it. The jokes go on a little bit too far, especially the bedroom scene where she vaped for the first time. I mean, Barb hadn't smoked pot for the first time. It's the first time she vaped. And I think it was the first time she'd been high in a while because it was very strange.
Right on.
So I definitely you can't go in this looking for a super crazy, like amazing plot line. You just need to go into this for what it is. It's just a over the top funny movie that you're going to like and love and dislike some parts. I don't know. I've had to drink. I'm starting to get warm because I've drank too much.
It's totally cool. So, all right, you guys. So now we're going to move on to the question portion of the program. Yeah, you know it. But I'm going to let you go first since I'm hosting this one. What is your question, you little cutie patootie?
So my question is, what is your favorite movie with a celebrity cameo? Because you had Steve Aoki in this one, you had Elon Musk, and they don't necessarily need to be playing themselves. It can be a character that's just like in there for 2 seconds, and it's someone you never would have expected to be, like they're an A-lister and they're doing a cameo in a B movie,
Right on. Yeah, no, I totally agree. So I went back and forth between two, but I had to go with Glenn Close in Hook because I'm not going to lie. I I love Hook. It's so good. I love that movie. I will always love that movie. But I didn't know that was Glenn Close until like literally like 2 years ago. Like I literally thought it was some dude. And then when I found out, I was like, shut your mouth. I did not know that was Glenn Close. I was like, they fooled me. They fooled me for so long.
I don't think it was a couple years ago for me, but it was probably a good 5+ years after the movie came out.
Oh, it was 5 years after. For me, it was more like 20 years after the movie came out. Because I was like, oh
and
my
again,
God.
it was one of those things where I heard it on something else and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's not a man. Oh, she did good. She did a good job. So
did you like go in and do like I went to the internet to look at the scene and was like, no, what?
Yeah. As soon as I found out, I was like, you shut your face. And then I went and looked it up. I was like, that's freaking Glenn Close. Look at that. So I was so that's my favorite one. Just because I was completely baffled / dumbfounded as soon as I found out. What one's yours?
So mine is Matt Damon in Euro Trip.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Where he's the lead singer of the band, and it's the most catchiest song. Like how that song was not a legitimate hit, I don't understand. And through the whole movie, it keeps coming up in different languages and everything. But it's Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. No.
And that's the movie that I say has the worst twins ever, because when they drink the abscess, the green drink that for years wasn't allowed in the United States, they get so drunk they make out. And it isn't till their friends are like, they're the worst twins ever. And then they look at each other and they scream and they're like, we're never talking about this again. And I'm like, worst twins ever. But the ones in this movie take a close second. So.
Yeah, no, I like that cameo also. Okay. So my question doesn't have anything to do with movies per se. But my question is, what would be a tattoo? Because he gets that tattoo on his back or whatever spontaneously. What would be a tattoo that you would get spontaneously? Where would it be? And what would it be of? Go.
So I've done this. This is not something I haven't done.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Twice. I've done this twice. I have two friends, my sister-in-law and our really good friend. It's her best friend and my really good friend. We went to Las Vegas and we did the total stereotypical go to the club all night, leave the club at 5 a.m. as we're at the Taco Bell getting the I'm drunk food. There's a tattoo place across the street. And we were like, let's get tattoos. And at first we were like, should we get matching tattoos? No, that's so stereotypical. So we all did the let's get a tattoo with our children's names, because that's not stereotypical at all. So mine is down my spine. And it's
look at you.
Hearts. And on one side, making up the heart is a kid's name. And then the next heart connects on the other side. And it goes all the way down my spine. Then the next time we got together and we got drunk, we decided the matching tattoos idea was such a cute idea. We should have done that in Vegas. So
look at you. What'd you get?
And we're so like overthinking it. So we got 3 triangles that are attached to each other. They're like pyramids on top of each other, but they're 3 different designs. So one's a thick line triangle, one's a thin line triangle, and one's like a triangle made up of dots, because there's 3 of us and everything. And we all got them where on our ankles, because that's
you fucking assholes.
Right? So I've done this. I love all of my tattoos.
Hey, no, it's cool. I'm not judging. There's no judgment. I'm suspending judgment. It's your body.
I'm just saying, I've done the spontaneous tattoo thing, and it does not always turn out where you're like, fuck you, Barb. Sometimes you're like, oh, I made a good choice. I mean, the one down my spine is a very large choice, but it was a good choice. The one on my ankle is adorable. So I love my spontaneous tattoo choices.
Right on. I don't know if mine is spontaneous, but I do want to get it. I want to get crazy tattooed on my butt. On my butt cheek. just because it's fun, it's just like whatever, I'm like, and I'm crazy. I'm all up for a good time,
So this was a question on a local radio station here,
Yeah.
and they had people calling in with spontaneous tattoos or something like that. And this guy had tattooed on his belly free lotion with an arrow pointing down.
That's so funny.
That is hysterical.
Right on. That's so funny.
I would never, I don't think there's anyone in my life that would have the balls to do that.
Right on. That's so funny.
But funny.
So, all right, you guys. That's all we got for you guys. Vetta, again, would you recommend this movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I would recommend it, even though the jokes went on a little too long. I thought it was, I laughed, so I thought it was
it's good, dirty, swearing fun.
Yeah,
double dicking all day.
Yeah, at minimum, it was a decent movie. So yeah. I think that that's always good.
You could probably make a drinking game out of it.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, you could. Yeah, every time he says, fuck or shit.
Every time a James Franco painting shows up,
right?
On screen,
exactly. Yeah, there's so many things you could do.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So we're gonna wrap this sucker up. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.